Hello everybody, and another weird beta video I have here for you. Not a beta in like terms of beta male, but in terms of I was able to play the Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls beta. I got chosen to play this. So you're gonna see footage on the screen of this beta. I'm beta crazy, huh? I played the Crossworlds network test, and now I'm here with this. It's just how it happened. So I sent in my registration for the beta a while ago. I completely forgot about it, and then I wake up this morning and with an email saying, "Hey, you've been chosen. You want to do this?" Yeah, sure. So that's what I did. So I got footage of the beta test. It was only online. You could only do online matches. There was no offline stuff because they're trying to, try the online, make sure everything's working. So you start off, let me just start off by saying this is you start off with the usual, here's the controls tutorial type of thing done here. And I gotta say from this, I loved it. I thought the controls were very well handled, I gotta say, it's very easy actions, right? Like square, triangle, and circle are your attack stuff, and some of them are light attacks and heavy attacks and medium attacks. X is the button that changes your characters because you are 4v4. You get 4 characters to switch from, which is very reminiscent of the Dragon Ball fighting games, right? Which is, what Arc System Works is pretty much known for, right? That's like their creme de la creme. They make the Dragon Ball Z fighting games. So that's just an amazing idea, by the way. Someone at Marvel had a good idea for once in their life to just be like, hey, why don't we make a fighting game, but we get the guys who make the Dragon Ball Z games, right, to make it. Like, someone in Marvel was actually smart for once and came up with this idea. And, man, it feels really good. I will say that, like fighting games, there are times where, you just want to go back and your character jumps. Like, you get that kind of finicky thing, but that's what happens when you have so many inputs that need to be dealt with. That sometimes there is going to be, I just want to jump up, right? And I end up, I end up doing a backdash in the air when I didn't mean to, stuff like that happens. But that's what normally happens in fighting games that have, like I said, so many commands in them, right? And there's a lot of commands in this game. And especially for something that's trying to be super, out of this world crazy, like a game like this. Like, when you go to Injustice, for example, and that's comparing these two. Injustice and Mortal Kombat, in a way, their controls are a lot more, and I want to say solid, but I don't mean that in the way of where it's better than this. I mean when you click up, right, to jump, you're gonna jump, right? This one, it is like a 50-50. Am I going to jump or am I going to do a back dash or a front dash or something, right? You know what I mean? You get more solid, I know my input is going to be in there type of thing for those games, where this one is a lot more chaotic, I think is a better word, But that's what makes it so much fun, is all the mayhem and all that. And you definitely get mayhem in terms of, the fighting stuff that you get here. There is a cool move, which is the slam launcher, where you just launch someone up in the air and beat the crap out of them. It's great. You can do multiple things with the slam launcher. You can punch them rapidly in the air and you get a combo, or you can punch them once and you just boot them back down. That's what I'm saying. They're going crazy with this, and that's what I want in a fighting game like this. They've got skills you can do, lunging skills, leaping skills. Every character's got a skill. Every character's got unique skills. Like Captain America can, throw his shield. Iron Man can use his arc reactor for repulsor beams. Star-Lord shoots his guns. Doom fires, energy blast. Miss Marvel will use her arms. Storm throws lightning at you. Everyone's got, unique abilities of their own, right? Or it's the same ability, obviously, but with that character's flair, as per most fighting games. There are super skills you can do. They're the type of input for me where it's this is too complicated for my dumb baby brain. I tried for a long time during the tutorial to try and get this to work, and I just couldn't do it. I eventually was able to do it during a fight, and that's normally where stuff like this happens, where it's just you're in the middle of a fight and suddenly, oh, that move I couldn't do before, yeah, I somehow randomly managed to put the input in, and I was able to do it. So, that's funny how that works. I gotta say, I think my best character playing this was Star-Lord. I really gotta say, I think Star Lord's gonna be one of my mains. So, in terms of characters, I should say, in terms of characters. Oh, and I should also say for super skills, every character has 2 super skills, that you can do. And again, that depends on the character, who you're playing as, all that type of stuff. But every character has 2 super skills, and they're like your special moves, essentially. Super skill is your special move. And they cost you, like, you have a skill gauge that you build up, and, you know, when you have enough, you can do the special move. Like I said, for me, this is going to take forever for me to do, because, like, the input for them is a bit too complex for me. It's like 4 buttons, and I'm like, dude, that's too much for my baby brain. Like, definitely in other fighting games, like, I know I hate comparing this to Injustice, but Injustice is a lot easier to activate your special move. This one, it's a bit more harder to activate a special move, I would definitely say, when it's like, you know, 4 buttons in a row, and it's like, I could never do it. I like I said, I couldn't do the special move for the life of me, and then I randomly do it during a battle, which is not good. So I mean, hopefully you can change the button input. You could try and change it during this, but that didn't help anyway. The button input was not working. So the button input being too, I think, complex might need, that's one thing I don't like, is the complex button input. And it's really just for the special skill, because doing every other move I found perfectly fine. Like, every other move I could do pretty well. It was the, again, like I said, the special skill that for some reason is just way too complicated. And again, for a move that's so powerful, like, this could make or break your match. And not being able to do that, that doesn't really sit well for me. Now, again, this could just be, I only played, 3 hours is what I did for this closed beta before I was like, I think I've played enough. So, you know, playing more and more and more of it might get me to the point where I can do it really quick. You know what I mean? That could be a case too. But like Injustice 2, it's just, you just click the bumpers and you do the special move, right? Like, it's easy to do. This one, it's like, figure out the answer to the universe, and then you can do your special move. It's like, come on, man. But moving away from that, let's move on to the characters you are allowed to use. So you're allowed to use 6 characters during this closed beta, which is Captain America, Miss Marvel, Iron Man, Storm, Star-Lord, and Doctor Doom. A bit of a nice roster that you have there. Of course, the one we all wanted, Spider-Man, he's not here, and that made me very sad. I got to play a bit as every character. I will say the ones I'm the best at is Captain America and Star-Lord. I am not good at Doctor Doom at all. I don't like playing as Doom. Storm is fun. Storm and Iron Man, I think, are fun. Miss Marvel's okay-ish. I didn't play, I think Miss Marvel was the one I played the least, and that's just because I don't like the character Miss Marvel. But Captain America and Star-Lord were the ones I played the most, and I think I'm the best at this point. When Spider-Man's available, that's gonna be my dude, right? Like, he will be my dude. So yeah, but overall, I think every character definitely feels different. You get a different feel with each character. Like, Doom's a lot more heavier, right? Captain America is a lot more faster and nimble, right? While Iron Man feels a bit more weighty. And Doom is definitely like more heavy, right? Like, you feel the weight. Each character has a different feel to them, which is what you want. You don't want every character to just feel the same. So then when it comes to what you were allowed to do, like I said, you were just allowed online matches. That's all that was permitted. No offline stuff, which was a bit of a disappointment for me, because I prefer, like I said, like I've mentioned in like my Crossworld video, I prefer offline. I'm not an online player that much. And I gotta say, I had fun. I definitely had fun. I got my butt kicked. I don't think I won a single match, because the matches were best of 3. That's how these matches work. It's best of 3, right? Not something like, you know, a Mortal Kombat or Injustice, where it's just, you know, first one wins, right? It's like, no, it's a best of 3. So it's not best of 3, so it's first to 3. First 2-3 wins. And I had fun. I didn't win anything, I think. I don't think I ever won a first to 3. But I definitely had fun, and I at least got to see like a lot of the other character moves for the characters maybe I did not use. And every character has skins, like different skins that you could use, which that's what we want. That's fun. If they do like a Marvel Rivals route where we can get like iconic comic book skins of characters and all that. That's gonna be really fun. Um, yeah, I definitely had a great time with this. And like every other fighting game, they have stage transitions and all that. These ones aren't as like, as grandiose as like a Dragon Ball one where like, someone gets kicked and then goes flying half a country, but it's like, like, oh, you just kind of get knocked over to the next area. And they're not as I don't think the transitions are as cool as something like Injustice. Where Injustice, you had like a full on like, someone gets punched through a building and then hits a plane and then falls down. It's like this one is like, no, you just get knocked to like an alley or you get knocked to a park, right? It's nothing super crazy in that terms, but they make up for it with like the fighting and all that, right? Yeah, I all I can say is I can't go as in depth as like maybe something as like a Crossworlds, which is a racing game. I think a racing game can have a bit more depth than a fighting game. But all I can say is I had a great time. Like, I really did. And like I said, all the special moves are cool. Doom's special move is really cool, I will say, because he's got a cool pose after he, like, annihilates you with his Doom bots. It's very nice and very sweet. And that's, again, one of the few special moves I was allowed to do, which mainly came from button mashing, which is what I inevitably ended up doing at times. At times, this game, like most fighting games, devolves into button mash, which, what? Let's be honest. We all pretend we're like great fighters and all that, right? But it's like when you play a game of Smash Bros, really we're just button mashing. Let's be honest. Button mashing though it works at times, and other times you got to be a bit more strategic, So button mash has its merits, definitely though. But yeah, I had fun during this beta. I am looking forward to the main game. Looking at who else is going to be in it. I know we know Spider-Man's going to be in it. Ghost Rider's going to be in it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see who else they add in this. Will we get some X-Men characters? That would be pretty cool, Hawkeye I could see. I'll probably do a video going through who I'd like to see in Marvel Tokon when we're near a release date for this game. What is the release date of this game, by the way? Hold on, let me see what the release date is. It has no release date, just says 2026. Okay. Oh wow, they're already doing a beta for in September. That means it's probably gonna be like early 2026. Is probably when we're looking at this game. So yeah, I had fun. Like I said this 50,000 times. I had fun with this. I'm gonna buy this game easily. This will be like the fighting game I probably play now for a while. So look at that. My racing game I'm gonna play for a while is gonna be Sonic Racing. This will be the fighting game I play for a while. This is gonna be good. We're having fun. We are having fun. Marvel is somehow managing to do a lot of good things in the game department, and it's mainly when it's not them doing it, right? Like you have like Marvel Rivals, that's their hero shooter, which is blowing up. That's doing great. Everyone loves that. And then you have this, which is coming out to be their fighting game, and it's really good. It's a really good fighting game. This is something that it's a no-brainer, right? Like you want to do a fighting game, get Arc System Works, for everything they do. Sega, maybe you could talk with Arc and get a Sonic fighting game. But like this is such a good idea, and from what I saw from like the developer log and all that, really they got to do what they wanted, which is nice. That's really nice. There was a couple of people who work for Marvel there, and I'm like, ooh, you look like exactly what I thought you'd look like, type of thing, right? But you like Arc they're the fighting game guys, right? You want Arc, they're gonna do it, right? They made Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. They've made, like I said, the Dragon Ball fighting games. They play Guilty Gear. Like they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing where this game goes. I will be following this game definitely. It is, again, like you could probably have some fun with multiplayer in terms of like the Dragon Ball games where you can be a team with your friends against someone. That is probably going to be a lot of fun. So you don't just have to face out your friends, you can team with them, and it probably will be up to 4, right? So that'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, I am looking forward to this. There was no English dialogue. They were all speaking Japanese, which is fine by me. I don't need English dialogue, so that was fun. And it looks like every time not every time you win, but some characters have unique dialogue when you won. Like when Miss Marvel wins against Doctor Doom, she says, take that, you metal jerk, stuff like that. So some characters have like unique dialogue with each other, which that's gonna be fun. Again, adds a bit more personality to the game as a whole, right? And I love seeing stuff like that. Like as a kid, I loved watching the Marvel vs. Capcom intros they had with each other, or like the ending things they have with each other, like stuff like that. I right? I like that. So yeah, that is me and what I did during the Marvel Token Fighting Souls beta. It was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to this game, and hopefully I can get better at it. So it takes time. If I dedicate myself, I can probably do it. So that's what I thought. If you played the closed beta as well, let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you haven't, are you like excited to play this game? All that type of stuff. Let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you guys next time.